Hi, how you doing? Are you ready to get started? We're going to do a holiday memory today. So I hope you've had an opportunity to kind of sit back and think about maybe some of the important people in your life, and maybe one of your favorite holidays is a family or a group of friends, or yours in general, whichever you want to go with. So I'm going to share with you a couple of examples to try to get you thinking of some options as you're getting ready to write down. So remember, there is the memory writing worksheet if you want to jot some notes down on that as you're thinking, or just listen and get going. You can get to do this, remember, however you want. You can write it, you can record it, you can video it, such a lot of different ways. But hopefully you've been able to take some time to think about who and what holiday. So I'm going to share with you a couple, and both of these memories are around the core group of my family, which really involves my mom, my brother, my two daughters, and then also now we've got some spouses and a grandbaby to throw into the mix. But the first one is really about the five of us, my mom, my brother, me, and my daughters, and it's the 4th of July. I absolutely love the 4th of July, and it's just because, I mean, it's summer. I love summer. I love sun. I love just being outside, the smells, the barbecues, the fireworks, the parades. And this memory is really about a parade, because when I was young, my brother and my mother would take us to parade after parade after parade. Basically, we would follow the parade through the local towns by where we lived and watch it, starting at the first one, and as they'd move to the next town, we'd go with, and then as we eventually end up in our own hometown for a parade. So parades have always been a big deal for us on 4th of July. So I would take my girls to parades as well, with mom and my brother, and after a few years, they looked at us and they're like, well, how come we can't be in the parade? We want to be in the parade. So come to the rescue, this group of adults, who else, to take care of these two girls who want to be in a parade. So what we did is we put together a flatbed trailer and a tractor. My brother has a big red tractor that he drove and pulled the trailer with. We took that trailer, we put hay bales on it. It was kind of like a summertime hayride. And we decorated it up with red, white, and blue everything. And we had music blaring, because a pet peeve of ours has always been that if you're at a parade for the 4th of July, you need patriotic music. So we had that going, and we had crepe paper and signs and posters, and a big poster at the back of the trailer that said, because my girls wanted to be in the parade. That was really our reason for being in it. So we set it all up, we got candy, we were ready to go. My mom perched herself right in the front of that flatbed, and she sat in a chair and waved and just enjoyed every single minute of it. She's known as the corn lady in our town, and so it was kind of fun for her to be able to be right there in the midst of all of it. My daughters and I were in the back on the hay bales, and really I was kind of at the back trying to make sure that nobody fell off and everything was under control. My brother really had the hardest job because he was driving. And if you've ever been in a parade and responsible to get down the street, you know that you've got to watch out for a lot of little kids. So here we are having this memory, and it's so different for all of us. My girls loved it because they had wanted to be in a parade. They got to throw candy, they got to be there, they got to see everybody. They absolutely had a great time. My mom enjoyed it, but she was worried because part of the parade in our town is a water portion. She has this beautiful hairdo that she gets done once a week, and she's always worried it's going to get wet. And she, although she was enjoying herself, waving like the queen, she was afraid that she might get hit with water and ruin her hair. So she has mixed emotions about that memory. It was really funny. She loved it, but she was kind of a little anxious. My brother, on the other hand, it was not his favorite thing. He was pretty anxious most of the time just because he was worried about kids that were darting out in front of him and just making sure that everything was under control and that nobody got hurt. So it was like a job for him. It really wasn't that much fun. So he did it. We did it for 2 years. And after the 2nd year, he was like, no more. But it's interesting how we all have different memories. I loved it because I sat in the back. I watched. I just saw the joy on my kids' faces. And I just knew, hey, it was something they wanted to do and we were able to do it. So we've got a lot of different memories from that one single event. And it's fun to write them down and write them down from everybody's perspective. So we've got some pictures, and I will include a couple of those so you can take a look at them. So if you have pictures of whatever specific holiday you're talking about, and maybe it is just this one time kind of a deal, or maybe you have a lot of pictures from every year consecutively. Maybe you have a barbecue every 4th of July, and you can show kind of the progression, how the family grows, friends, kids, whatever. So that's one idea. The other thing, another holiday that we really love is Easter. And yeah, I haven't grown up yet. My brother and I still have a very competitive egg hunt, and yeah, we're kind of old, but you know what? It's a lot of fun. So every year, this year included, we just finished one, we will gather together as family. And now it's a little bit bigger because I have son-in-laws and daughters that will hunt together, and then my brother and I go at it. So we hide eggs for each other, do a couple of different hunts, but my brother and I do seriously get pretty competitive. There has been blood before, because you just know how you have that, I don't know, that feeling with your brother, and you just want to win, and he just wants to win. We've never kind of let go of that childhood competitive nature. So every year we hunt, and every year at the end of the hunt we document who took first, second, third, whatever, with a picture, because trust me, people get a little creative in their memory, and they think, oh, I always take first place. So we make sure to document it so we have it. So we go back and look to say, okay, who was first last year, before we get started again. And this year was no exception. We had a pretty intense, I need to start working out to get prepared for these egg hunts. I'll include a couple pictures of that too, but we do a lot of eggs, and it's just a fun tradition. Gets us together before dinner. We're doing something outside, active, fun together, and we just love it. But again, each of us has a little bit of a different perspective on it. My mom just laughs at us now. She used to hunt with us, and now she just sits back and watches. And it's a great family tradition that we carry on. So there's a couple of different ideas. So I hope you can sit down right now and just determine what holiday you want to write about, who you're going to write it to, and what my challenge is to get this done. Don't make it hard. It's a paragraph to a page. It's easy. Write it down. Get on whatever social media platform you want to, whatever your method that you've chosen to do it on, do it right now and send it off. And I want you to see what kind of responses you get from the people around you. So today it's just a practice to see, I did it, and hey, what did people say when I did it and when I gave it away? So go experience that. We'll be back again in the next lesson for another option. Thanks, and we'll talk to you then. Bye.